Recently on the channel, we spent a lot of time looking at different things to enhance your hobby life, from different paint ranges to different types of paint racks. But what if you're someone who's constantly on the go, someone who travels with work, or someone who doesn't have a designated paint space at home? What's out there for you? Welcome to Tantrums and Tabletops. I'm Ben, and in this video, we're going to look at the Frontier Wargaming Paint Case 2.0. See you after this. So for Christmas last year, Mrs. Smith very kindly gave me a voucher to use on the Frontier Wargaming store, and I put that towards getting the Paint Case 2.0. I do travel with work occasionally. My hobby space is in a shed, and although it's insulated quite well, the British winter is getting very cold. I'm quite worried about the state of some of my paints. So I thought something portable, something that I can take indoors, something that I can take away with me would be a really wise investment. So just after Christmas, eager as a beaver, I went online and put together an order. It finally arrived, and in this video, we're going to open it up, we're going to take a look, we're going to give some honest feedback, and we're going to see if it was the right decision for me and if it might be the right thing for you. So let's get stuck in. So here we have the box that it came in. This came all the way from Latvia. It's packaged really well. The communication from them and from the courier was excellent the whole way through. Let's be honest though, there's only one video you need to watch about this product, and that is from MS Paints. It's got a shootout, it's got a frog, it's got everything you could possibly want. But watch this first and then go and watch theirs. Anyway, let's open this box up and see what's inside. Shed roof. So another cool feature with these is you can have custom laser engraving done, and I did opt to have the Smith Paints War Dollies logo engraved on the front. Let's turn it round and see how it came out. I'm pretty excited to see this. Constantly thwarted by packaging. It is safe to say I couldn't be happy with that. That looks awesome. Right, so we've seen the outside, we've seen how awesome that is. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Some nice sturdy latches on there which hold it in place when it's closed. We have this plastic surface protector. So the inside is the same wood finish as the rest of the box. So if we get this on there, then it's going to protect it from any damage. So let's stick that down now. Lovely. That only took far too long. So when I put the order together for this, I primarily want to use it to store my Citadel paints. We saw in a video recently that I've got the wall mounted racks for my Pro Acryl. I'm going to move to the same kind of storage solution for my AK Interactive and my Vallejo Air paints. So I chose 8 of these paint drawers. I believe you can fit 18 Citadel paints in there. I'll correct myself on screen if I'm wrong. So we'll start with Citadel. So we can fit comfortably 18 Citadel paints into one of these drawers. Not only that, but fully loaded that goes in there just lovely. So let's just grab a couple of the taller pots, so the shades or the technical paints. As we can see, those are a bit larger, so they wouldn't go in as is. So to use it with these paints, we would need to skip a row. So for the next test, let's try Pro Acryl. 21. So 3 more than we had with the Citadel paints. So if we want to place the Pro Acryl paints into the rack, this cross beam here means that the space is just too small to fit the Pro Acryl rack in. So if we put this in the bottom, you could have a row of those there. We could place them here. So if you're storing Pro Acryl in this rack, that's something to bear in mind, is you have 1, 2, 3, 4 potential locations you could store them. Next up, we'll try some AK style dropper bottles. So for these style dropper bottles, we get 32 in the rack. Again, these are going to be too tall to go into one space. Put that in there, and you could double those up. So if you went for a purely paint based system with this style of paint, you could get 192 bottles in your rack. You can only fit X amount of units in here at a time. So one of these has come flat pack still, so I will need to build that as and when I need it. So we have the paint drawers. We have 2 of these toolbox units, which are lidded boxes for keeping brushes, saws, pokey bits, whatever else you need to take with you. That's the shoulder strap for the bag. Really well put together, can't fault that at all. This one contains the parts for a little toy we'll look at shortly. So the next thing we should look at here is the light that comes with the case. So we have this LED strip light, and the way this works, we'll take one of our brackets. You can have this position at various points as well, so however close you want the light to where you're working. We'll pop it on the farthest one for this test. Slide this one on here. I'm clearly stupid. That's clipped up in place. Then we take our connector. Grab any old power pack. That's fantastic. That's more than suitable for working with. The cable's long enough that it doesn't get in the way. I know they do sell an alternative like an adapter so you can have a bit more length. Who doesn't need that in their life? But yeah, overall that's another excellent feature. If we take a look at the paint handles that come with this, if you're used to the Citadel paint handles, they're a little bit different. They're smaller, but you get 10 of these in the set. It's counted as one unit for the sake of size and space. Compare this to a Citadel paint handle, you can see the difference. Obviously these are mechanical, everyone knows these, they are what they are. You can attach a model there with a piece of blue tack. You're out and about, you've prepped your models, pop that back in there, and in he goes. It may not be the kind of thing that you'd want in yours if you wanted a purely paint based setup or more tool space, but I think just to have it in there, it's a really handy little thing to have. So yeah, good shout all round. So the wet palette is an optional extra. It did cost a little bit more to add in, but I thought it's a Christmas present, I'll treat myself. It's a handy travel size. It fits nicely into any of the modules. So it goes into the paint drawer, fits into the toolbox. So yeah, it's got a nice plastic clasp on there, some foam. It's got a nice design. It's got the Frontier Wargaming logo on there. And then we have the tissues. So it comes with a pack of replacement sheets of paper and some spare foam. We would load the foam in, cover it with water, put the paper on the top, and voila, a portable wet palette. It's not going to replace my Red Grass Games wet palette, but when I'm out on the go, this is excellent. It'll be just what I need. So we've looked at the functionality, we've looked at the presentation, the packaging, everything about this is amazing. It's a premium product, it's brilliant. So then let's talk about the price. The base unit as it stands is €147, and for that you get 6 modules in any combination to be included in the base setup of the paint case. So you can choose from the toolboxes, the paint trays, the miniature holders, a paint tube tray, magnetic miniature trays which are €2.50 extra each. Once you've chosen your 6 initial units, you then move on to the LED light, and your options here are the LED light, a powerful LED light that can be powered from a wall plug or a power bank for a standard USB connection. We saw just how bright and awesome that is. That's an extra €22 on top of the base cost. If you want to add an extender cable, you can have 1 meter extra on that. That's €8 extra. You can also add a double LED light, twice as bright, twice as good, who knows? But that's €44.50 extra on top. So once you've chosen your base setup and added your LED light, you can then add extra modules if you want, and they are as follows. Extra magnetic miniature tray, which is €10. A set of extra miniature holders, so 2 trays capable of holding the 5 miniatures each. That's €8.50. Extra paint trays at €8.50. Extra toolbox is €8.50. Extra paint tube trays is €8.50. And then a divider kit for the toolboxes so you can divvy them up and organise your space a little better. That's €5. Once you've set up the configuration you want, you can add some personalisation on here. So there's the custom engraving like we saw on mine, or you can also add a canvas bag with leather straps. So the custom engraving is €29.50. And if you want to add the canvas bag to upgrade your paint case with a durable canvas bag and leather handles, that's €120 on top. Now, I've seen that bag in a couple of videos, it looks awesome, but that was a bit too rich for my blood at this stage. But if that's what you want, go wild. So you've put your configuration together, you've chosen all your modules, you've got the lighting set up you want, you're going to have your logo engraved, and you're going to treat yourself to that canvas bag because why not? You can add some optional extras. And there's 3 listed on the website at the moment, and they are as follows. You can add a wet palette like I did, which is €16.50. A brush holster for the wet palette, which is a canvas and leather upgrade for the wet palette that also holds 5 paint brushes. That's €32.50. Or the wet palette refill kit comes with 1 foam insert and 50 hydration papers. That's €8.50. Now the wet palette I bought did come with that kit standard, so if you're setting this up and you don't need 100 pieces of paper, don't order the second one. It comes with the kit as standard. It was about €20 to get it delivered to the UK. It came DHL Express, really well packaged. I ordered this on Christmas Day because I was too excited to wait, and it was delivered on the 21st of January. So not a bad turnaround time, seeing as you had the Christmas break in there. I had custom engraving done. There was good communication back and forth with the company all the way through that as well. Sending off my file, they came back and said, is this what you're after? I was very happy. Can't fault it. So yeah, to sum up, I'm really pleased and really happy with the box. Thank you, Mrs. Smith, for the voucher. I probably wouldn't have bought this otherwise, but I'm so glad I have. Thank you to all of you for watching the video. If you've liked it, if you found it useful and informative in some way, please give it a like. If you pick one of these up, let us know in the comments. Let me know what configuration you went for. If you like what we do on the channel, please consider subscribing. It really does help us out in a massive way, and we're so grateful for every single subscriber we have. If you're in the UK, please check out our friends at www.iwheroes.co.uk for all your nerdy needs. I'm going to go and play with my box, and I'll see you in the next one.